Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word of sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Kotazab Zayan from GMS Holland branch, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, with another lesson, with another video. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. In this video, I want to go into 2 Peter 1, verse 19. And it reads, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts." And so this is speaking about how the words of prophecy, they are faithful and true, because let me go to Isaiah 55. These words that we speak, these prophecies that we speak, they are straight from the Most High. And what did the Most High say? Isaiah 55, verse 10. "For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bring forth to the eater." So this whole process that's being explained here, what do you see? First, the rain falls, but you don't see the end result yet. Then what happens? The rain falls and it waters the earth. Okay, next step, that it brings forth and bud. So the seeds, they start to bud, and that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So ultimately, in this whole process, what was the end result? What was the end goal? To bring bread to the eater. So all these steps had to be established before the end result was seen. Even so, it's with the prophecies. The prophecies, they come bit by bit, piece by piece, phase after phase, but they are faithful and sure. The end result is going to be is inevitable, Verse 11, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereunto I sent it." You see? So basically breaking down this what I just said was the breakdown of this verse. So the purpose isn't known yet, but in the end, the Most High knows why he says certain things, why he does certain things, because in the end, it's going to be made known. In the end, it's going to be seen. Let me see what the NLT says about this. Isaiah 55, verse 11. "It is the same with my word. I send it out, and it always produces fruit. It will accomplish all I want it to, and it will prosper everywhere I sent it." So the Most High's words, they don't return unto him void, which the word void means empty. So the words of the Most High that come out of his mouth don't return unto him void. And those words that the Most High sent out, they were caused to be written down in the scriptures. So they are sealed within these, within the Bible, within these, pages. So these things have been passed on from generation to generation to generation, and we are living now in the generation where this all is coming to pass. We are living in the acceptable year of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which the acceptable year doesn't go into a specific year, but in a time frame where all these prophecies are going to be coming to pass. And that's that time frame that we're living in right now, where the Most High's prophecies are coming out. You see? So that's why we have a more sure word of prophecy. Where do you do well if you take heed unto it? So let me go to Psalms 19, verse 7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. So as long as you have these scriptures in mind, as long as you have the Bible and the prophecies, then the end result is sure. That's why the Most High he also always sends his servants the prophets early to warn the people of the sure thing that is going to happen. We warn the people to repent, to convert back to their heritage. You see, because we're all in that Gentile state of mind, and we have been woken. We have been this breath of life has entered into us, so that we can also teach others, so that we can explain it to others. Get the blood off our hands and also to convert them. But the law of the Most High is perfect, converting the soul. So it transforms your soul by keeping the law, by doing the will of the Most High. The testimony of Yahweh is sure. So that's that sure word of prophecy. The Most High said it. It's going to come to fruition one way or the other. So in the NLT, it says the instructions of the law of the Lord are perfect, reviving the soul, which reviving means bring back to life. The decrees of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. So if you are simple, if you don't know anything but you know the scriptures, then you are wise, because you know more than the people that have the wisdom of this world. The wisdom of computer, the wisdom of machinery, the wisdom of stocks, the wisdom of carpentry and things like that. You are wiser than them, because you know where this world is going to. You know where this empire is going to, that we're living in right now. Because you understand the scriptures, because you have the scriptures, because you have the prophecies of the Most High. You see? Let me go to Isaiah. Isaiah 33, verse 6, and it reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure." So the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So you're going to be stable. You're going to be firm in the time that Jacob's trouble is going to come, in the time that these prophecies are going to be full-fledged here upon earth. That wild beasts are going to change places, like it says in the book of Second Ezra. When neighbor shall lift his hand against neighbor, the Egyptian is going to go after the Egyptian. You knowing these things, then you're going to stand firm. You're going to hide yourself, because these things have to come to pass, and the Most High is going to take care of you, just like how he took care of Elijah in the time of famine, because then you had, I believe it was 7 years of famine in the book of 1 Kings 17. And then it explains you that Elijah, he was taken care of by the ravens, and afterwards he was taken care of by the woman and her son that had a little bit of flour, and the Most High caused that flour not to run dry, not to become the Most High caused that basket not to run empty, and Yahweh Shai did the same thing also with the fish and the bread in the New Testament. You see? So nothing is impossible with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. And that's what we need. We need salvation from this hellhole that we're in. We need saving. We need to be delivered out of the hand of our enemies. So that's going to be your strength. That's going to be what you are going to hold firm in those times. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. Why? Because with the fear of the Most High, then you start to enter into the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Most High. Like it says in Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. See? So I want to go back to Peter's Second Peter 1. Verse 19. Let's go into that word sure. Let's see what it says. Sure. Babios.
Strong's G 949. Bebayos. Bebayos.
Bebayas. Bebayas. So that goes into the outline of biblical usage as stable. So that's that sure. That sure words are going to be stable, like we just read. Isaiah 33 verse 6. You're going to be stable. Stability comes from stable. So you're going to have stability. Firm. You're going to trust in Yahweh Shem Yoshai, meaning you're going to have confidence in the Most High. But what does the Most High require from you? The Most High requires faith. You see? So if you have that faith in Yahweh Shem Yoshai, that these words are going to come to fruition, that everything is going to be accomplished that is written in this book, then you're going to be stable. Because, like it says, without faith, it's impossible to please Him. This is the book of Hebrews 11 verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So you have to have faith. That's the main point. Because even if you go into this whole chapter, Hebrews 11, the main point is faith. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. Let me read that. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. See? Even Abraham, by faith, he was saved. He had faith that the Most High was going to give him another son. So if the Most High said that you had to sacrifice your son, then so be it. Enoch also. Enoch, we need that salvation that Enoch has. Enoch was translated. Enoch was beamed up by the chariots. Before that the enemies came after him, before they killed him. So the same thing we need also in this time period, that we need to be beamed up by the so-called UFOs, unidentified flying objects, but now they call it UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, which are the chariots of the Most High. That's why Isaiah 33 and 6 is the strength of all salvation, and the salvation goes into being the strangeness of a salvation, the being beamed up by the chariots of the Most High, the so-called UFOs. The same thing happened to Enoch, and that's also what we're hoping for. So let me read that real quick. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because Yahweh had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai. So we need the same thing. We are putting up our bodies as a living sacrifice unto the Most High. So Yahuwah, our sacrifices, pleasing unto the Most High. And that we are going to get the same salvation as Enoch. You see? So faith is important. Romans 4. Verse 16. Therefore, it is of faith that it might be by grace. See, it is not of the law. It is not of you keeping the law perfectly. No, it is by faith that we are going to be saved. How? Through grace of the Most High, because it's a gift of the Most High. That's that present that we got from the Most High. Ephesians 2 verse 8. This is Ephesians 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So the Most High left this trinket, this token, this gift hidden in this world, in this earth. And now that you find it, that was the gift of the Most High that he left behind, like a breadcrumb to receive salvation in the end. So it says, verse 9, not of works, lest any man should boast. So it's not of works. The works, let's say, these Old Testament junkies, these Old Testament Israelites, they do not believe in Yahushai, that he came and that he is the way to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They still believe in the law, but they don't apply the law 100%. So they can't be saved. You know, the only way is through having faith in Yahushai, which that was the gift that the Most High sent, his only begotten Son, so that the lost sheep of the nation of Israel could be saved. So going back, now that you know what faith is, that is through grace, by the gift, by the hand of the Most High. So it says, Romans 4, verse 16, therefore it is of faith that it might be by grace, to the end, the purpose, the promise might be sure to all the seed. And who are the seed that are going to inherit the land? The Israelites. Not the Edomites, not the Elamites, not the Moabites. No, the seed of the Israelites. And mainly now, the chosen of the Israelites, the elect, they are going to enter into the kingdom. So they are going to enter into that promised land, just like how Caleb and Joshua were the only ones to enter into the land, you know, into the land of Israel. The rest died off. The same thing is going to happen now again, you know. Not the whole nation is going to enter into the kingdom. No, the ones that have been trying to fulfill the works through faith, the faith that they have in the Most High and understanding the scriptures. You see? So to the end, the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, but to also which is of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. See? Going back to the faith, going back to the gift of the Most High. That's the main thing. That's the most important thing. That's how should I say it? Yeah, like I said, that's the token that the Most High left, and you have to find it. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that a man found in a field. You see, the field is a broad place, you know, but he found it a treasure in, somewhere hidden within that field, and that's that faith, you know. So let me go to Isaiah. Isaiah 8. Verse 20, and it says, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that murmur, should not people seek unto their power for the living to the dead? No, Salakia. Wrong verse. This is Isaiah 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So that's what the light represents. The light represents that they are not full of the ways of the Most High, the laws of the Most High. They don't have the complete understanding of the Most High. You see, they have a part and then they start to run with it. Even this, well, what we just read, you know, familiar spirits and things like that. Familiar spirits is not of the Most High. So So let me go to the last part, because it says that the morning star may arise in our heart. And who is the morning star? Revelation 22. Revelation 22, verse 16. I, Yahushai, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David. So he was the beginning, the root where it all came from, which is Adam, and the offspring of David. He was also King Solomon. And the bright and morning star. And the bright and morning star, what does that represent? The first spirit created. So Yahushua was the first spirit created. So through having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this sure word of prophecy, you are going to be led to Yahushua, which is the morning star, and he's going to rise into your heart. You have to accept him, having faith in him. And that's going to give you that sure word, like a light that shined in the end of the tunnel, And he's going to come to save his people. And that's going to be the end all be all of this hellhole, this captivity that we are under Esau, the so-called white man. So with that, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to say, Kal Hala Yamla, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem Rekakudash, Shalom Akim.